Matthew Graves of South Alabama. The Jaguars are the number 9 seed in the tournament and play the first game of the men's basketball championship at 11:30 a.m. Central Time on Wednesday. Coach Graves, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. Much appreciated. And for members of the media on the call, please press *1 at this time to get in the queue to ask questions for Coach Graves. Coach, before we get to that, you're in the number 9 seed in this year's tournament. Just really your thoughts on the journey to this point in the season.
Well, it's for us. It's certainly been an up and down season. Started off the season with a good home win with Troy, and then really went to made the Georgia swing, and really lost both of those games, and in the final minute, and it was really a struggle. And from there, it's been kind of an up and down season for us. We've had moments where we've been really good offensively, but defensively we struggle, and then we'll get to where we're guarding really well, but we can't seem to make a shot. So hopefully we can put it all together heading into our very tough matchup on Wednesday.
And Coach, you mentioned the matchup. Number 8 seeded Coastal Carolina is the opponent in your first round game. What are your thoughts on how that game might play out on Wednesday morning?
Well, I hope it's a lot like the first half we had against them here a couple weeks ago. We led by 14 at halftime, and then unfortunately in the second half they beat us by 14, and then ultimately they beat us in overtime. So they're very well coached. They've got a lot of experience, and offensively they really scare me with their versatility and can beat you in a number of different ways. And we're going to have to be really sharp and execute at a high level, on a neutral site.
Coach, you finished the year with a big win against Arkansas State on senior nights when Ken Williams hit the last-second shot. Really, does that win give you a little bit more momentum heading into the tournament?
Well, I think it certainly gives you more confidence. Before that we had lost 4 straight games, and we were reeling a little bit, and I was really proud of that senior group. Their last home game here at the Mitchell Center, they really hung tough and stayed together, and we trailed by as many as 12 points in the second half, and they kept fighting, and we made enough plays down the stretch. And that final play, for Ken making that 3-point shot, I was really happy for him. He's had a good, solid 4-year career, and for him to go out that way, it's something that he'll certainly not forget. And I think it's more about confidence, and that group played well together, and they played in spurts, and were able to come back, and I think you can build on that heading into our game Wednesday.
Coach, you've been in this tournament now a couple years in a row, and one of the few to actually get a first-round win in each of the last couple of years. What's really been the key for your success here in New Orleans?
Well, I think it starts off, our preparation, I think, has been outstanding. I have a great coaching staff. They do an unbelievable job in their preparation and scouting, and I feel like we were able to put together a really good game plan. And, the last 2 years, I thought we went down there and executed very well, from that standpoint. So I'm very fortunate to have a great coaching staff that watches a lot of film and has a lot of great thoughts. And, our guys really compete. They love going down to New Orleans, the close proximity for us, and they've got some familiarity with the building. So they're excited to get going on Wednesday.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Safe travels to New Orleans, and best of luck.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you again. And for everyone on the call, that's head coach Matt Graves of South Alabama. The Jaguars are the number 9 seed in the tournament. They play the opening game of the men's basketball championship on Wednesday morning at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Their opponent is the number 8 seeded Coastal Carolina. So that game will be available on ESPN3 and the Watch ESPN app. And so a little audible on the end of this call. We're going to actually get on the phone with head coach Jada Williams, the women's basketball head coach at Coastal Carolina. We were able to catch up with Coach Williams after, unfortunately, we missed her in the women's basketball teleconference earlier this morning based on a travel schedule. And so we will call up Jada Williams right now and get her on the line. So if you have a question for Coach Williams, please press *1 on your